Welcome to Destination Station, number one station in the nation. My name's Destin, of course, and today I'm going to talk about the new Ninja Turtles movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows review. Okay, first off, this movie, it has the same characters from the first one, sort of. It doesn't have the same guy who played Shredder. I think that they kind of had some guy in the first film that was in the background that I think they threw him in on like reshoots or something like that, because then they had the other guy that he was going to be Shredder, but then all the big hype on the internet, everyone went crazy when they found out that Shredder wasn't going to be Asian or something. So they had to throw in somebody that was just like thrown in there, and just you couldn't really see his face in a whole lot of scenes. But in this one, I don't know if they used the same guy that they used from the first one for the reshoots, but I know that the Shredder in this film actually has like speaking roles, and you can actually see his face clearly. This one takes I don't know how many years after the first events. The characters in this movie, you got Megan Fox as April O'Neil, you got Will Arnett as what's his name, Vernon. You got obviously Shredder. I can't remember who plays him. The guy who plays Shredder, his name is Brian T. I don't know him from anything else. I mean, I'm not quite sure what he's from. You got the guy who played on Arrow, who's playing Casey Jones in this one. His name is Stephen Amell, I think, is from Arrow. He's very popular on that show. I don't know if they canceled that show or not yet. Never really got to watch it. I know I got some friends that watch it and they love it. I like these comic book movies and everything like that, but I just can't get into the shows for some reason, except for Daredevil on Netflix. That is pretty badass, especially the second season with the Punisher in it. Anyways, back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You got Laura Linney as the police chief in this one. She wasn't in the first film. She does her part in this one, I guess. Nothing spectacular. And then you also got Tyler Perry as Baxter, the mad scientist, which very cartoony type character. I don't know if he was a character in the cartoons. I was a fan of the 90s cartoon. I just can't remember much about him. I just know that they've redid these cartoons so many times, and I wasn't a fan of the new ones on Nickelodeon that I've seen my kids watch and everything. I just couldn't get into it, man. Now these movies, they're okay. The first one was okay. Now this one, I actually enjoyed this one better than the first one. This one seemed like at first, when it first started off, I'm not gonna lie, me and my fiance, we were sitting there, we were watching it with our kids, and we were just kind of like, I don't know about this. They do like a weird introduction in this one. They do like Leonardo, the leader, Raphael, the muscle, Michelangelo, the pizza eater, Donatello, the I don't know, the smart one, the I don't know. It was like, well, shouldn't they have done that in the first film? All this build up to their characters. I mean, we already know who they are. Why are you reintroducing these characters in the second movie? And this one, I don't think it's directed by the same person from the first film. This one is directed by a guy named David Green. I think the only thing that he really has done, he's done a few things, but the only thing that's really been like theatrical is Earth to Echo, which is another kids film. And that's one thing I would like to touch on, is that this film, it isn't, I wouldn't say it's it's a movie for everybody. Kids are gonna love it, I think. It's a very messy and sloppy film. As a director, I don't know who wrote the movie. I didn't look into all that, but the way the movie was constructed all the way through, it was very all over the place. It was kind of like, okay, we were here. How are we now in Brazil? Why are we in the cargo hold of another plane? I mean, how did they even get into the plane? You know, like, I mean, that's okay. They don't have to spell it out for us. I mean, it's a fun movie. You just turn off your brain, you go and have fun with this movie. And that's what this movie was. I mean, I didn't really like the beginning of it. I was like, oh, is it going to be like this all the way through it? No, it actually picks up in it, and it really gets a lot of fun. Nobody really dies in this movie, so it's not a dark film at all. It's very lighthearted. It's got a cartoony feel to it. Like, when people fall, they just fall, and nobody really gets injured, you know. But there's some good special effects, and there's some bad special effects, to be honest. The best scene that is probably memorable from this film is the scene from Brazil. You probably saw some of it with Bebop and Rocksteady in it, which was amazing. That was the highlight of this whole movie was Bebop and Rocksteady. If it didn't have Bebop and Rocksteady in it, it would probably bring it really, really far down. That was really the best thing. I think people from that are fans of the original ones from the '90s cartoon, I think we've been waiting for Bebop and Rocksteady to be in the films for a very long time. We finally got that, even though it was very cheesy and cartoony. But hey, that's how their characters were, and that's okay. Um, Other characters like Tyler Perry, he plays kind of like this mad scientist. I mean, I don't know why he's in this. I mean, why was he in Star Trek? I mean, he just had that appearance in Star Trek. It was just like, okay, Tyler Perry's in here. I mean, he did his purpose. He was kind of his character was very cartoony as well. He was Baxter, but I mean, he kind of reminded me of how in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, how what's his name, who played the goofy, nerdy scientist, crazy guy, Jamie Foxx. How he did his character in that one, kind of like just like oh he wants to be infamous, but he's a nerd and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it just seemed like a very not well written character, I guess. I mean, just thrown in there. But hey, I'm sure Tyler Perry made a paycheck off of this. But overall, Megan Fox does a well job. She's there. She doesn't really serve much purpose, but she's there for just to look good. Same goes with Stephen Amell or whatever his name is from Arrow, who plays Casey Jones, which he wasn't bad. He didn't do a whole lot. He had like 2 or 3 scenes to himself, and I mean, I didn't hate him. I know a lot of people are saying, no, that's not Casey Jones. He doesn't have a mullet. He doesn't have long hair. He's not the guy from the original Turtles movie. Oh, man, they're not going to do anything from those movies. This is a standalone thing. I mean, get over that. He didn't bother me at all. Laura Linney, I mean, yeah, she's the police chief. She didn't serve much purpose either, except for trying to figure out what exactly is going on. But I mean, the title's all that it has to say is Out of the Shadows. That's what this movie is really based on, is them becoming known to the public. And, they're not wanting to stay in the shadows. They're not wanting to stay in the sewers, and they want a real life. They want a real life with society and everything, and they feel like they can't because they feel like they're freaks. But even though that they've protected this city, and Will Arnett's character, Vernon, has actually taken credit for it, that way they can stay in the shadows and stay hidden and everything. Well, this one, they're coming, out of the shadows, and I thought it was a really easy transition at the end. It was just kind of like, okay, we accept them. They're out of the shadows. The whole city knows that they exist, and they're crime fighters, kind of like Batman or whatever. And that's cool. But one thing I have to say negatively about this movie is the first movie ended up on a high rise, a fight scene with Shredder, big robotic Shredder, and it felt like something that was ripped off right off of Amazing Spider-Man 1 with them fighting up on top of a tower. This one is the what's it called? The Technodrome is coming together in the sky up high, and Krang is in it, and that's another character that from the '90s cartoon that's in this is Krang. And I thought they had that character pretty well. I know a lot of people's complained about that, but I bought it. I thought it was only like 2 scenes, and I thought it was okay. I didn't really like what they did with Shredder at the end. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was kind of like, well, that was wasted potential. I was looking forward to a fight scene with that, but yeah, that something happens with Shredder, and he just goes away, and then with the Technodrome, they're high up in the sky, and they're having to fight this big robotic boss again. And honestly, in the midst of their whole fight, I don't know if I just checked out for a minute, but as soon as it started, I felt like it was over, and I was like, okay, what happened? How did he get defeated? Maybe I got to see the movie again, because I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on in my head at that time, but I was just kind of like, I was expecting a little bit more, like what exactly just happened. And the next thing you know, boom, the movie's over. It's like, oh, we accepted them. They're crime fighters. They're out of the shadows, blah, 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 blah. It's over. They're high-fiving Cowabunga, dude, and next thing you know, it's over. And one thing I loved was that they did throw some callbacks to Vanilla Ice. There was one scene where Casey Jones was in a bar. He was tearing up the bar trying to get some information on Bebop and Rocksteady. And on the jukebox, it was Ice Ice Baby with Vanilla Ice. Well, if you recall, back in the 90s, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, I believe, Vanilla Ice did the soundtrack to that, and it was Ninja Rap. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Anyways, I ain't gonna sing all that. But I mean, I wish they would have put that song in this movie, but it was just Ice Ice Baby. I guess it was just a throwback to Vanilla Ice. And then secondly, the end credits music, the song is the 90s cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, all that. I mean, it brought me back to my childhood. I loved it. So, I mean, overall, it was a fun movie. It was a fun movie. If you like those Transformers movies and stuff like that, I'm sure you're going to dig this. I mean, don't go into it expecting something like amazing. Just turn your brain off and have a good time. Throw some popcorn in your face. And, you know, my kids loved it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I felt like I enjoyed this one more than I did the first one. So, yeah, I give this movie, I'd say, I give this a 6.5 out of a 10. I liked it. I'd watch it again once it comes out on Blu-ray. I'm sure I got to buy it for my kids, so I'm sure I'm going to watch it a few times. So, yeah, if you've seen this movie, let me know below, and comment below and let me know what you think about the film. And also, this little guy right here, I thought I'd put up. This is one of my son's old birthday presents. Don't know where the nunchucks went. This is Michelangelo. I wish I had the whole set, but I thought I'd put them in here in the video. And have the original movie. Wish I had the steel box, steel book. You know how I love those things, but nope. Don't have that one. Had to find that online somewhere because I don't think anyone's selling that anymore. But yeah, I hope you like this video, and comment below, let me know, and share this video, subscribe, like it. And if there's anything else you want me to review, I'm going to try to do movie reviews from the theater. I'm going to try to do Blu-ray Steelbook unboxings and reviews for those, new release Tuesdays and stuff, so stay tuned for that. And as always, this is the #1 station in the nation. My name's Destin. Y'all take care.